Caught my toe in my own wire. Supersonic. Okay. So the trick is I'm far and I can't see your comments while I'm talking, but I will come and check them out when I finish. So you're okay. Thank you. There will be sound in the background so that my man can make his breakfast. So the breath of fire can be done very strong and very fast, and it can sound like this. Right? If you are into that, that's awesome. And I'm going to recommend, if you're going to do that, you do 21 and then you stop. 21 pulses and then you stop. It's very, now my legs are shaking. It's very strong. If you have no emotional, mental, or spiritual wrinkles in your life, then what you will activate is pure light, and that will be great. If you have hints of resentment or difficulty with any relationships, with a sense of yourself, you will activate all aspects of yourself, and some of that negativity may become activated. And then it might be difficult to sleep. You might be quite worked up. You might find a level of agitation that you didn't know before. And just know that long, smooth breathing is the antidote for overdoing your breath of fire. It can be taught this way. And I would like everybody who encounters my teaching to know, oh, that's a very activating breath, and I can make it perfect for me. So for me, the breath of fire can become the breath of life if I use it more lightly, as though it's softer, and you can start more slowly. So where I want us to begin is this idea of at a fairground. There's a post with a bell at the top. There's a line down the middle and a platform, and you strike the platform, the ball bearing goes up and it rings the bell, right? And then the ball bearing drops down. You strike, ding, it drops. As we begin, I want you to feel the sensation on the exhalation that your navel is sent in, and that's the little bead of light going up, and then you feel it descend. Ha, 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 ha. So that little exhalation, when I say ha, my navel goes back. That going back sends a little sensation up through the spine towards the top of my head. And then I'm not repeating the exhalation until I feel a slight descent. Which means that I'm paying equal attention to the ha, but I'm relaxing enough that the abdomen wall, the abdominal wall can soften, and this descent can happen. That balance of exhale, inhale, if we're only exhale, 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 you see how one hand is out of balance with the other? We want to go out, in, out, so that there is an equanimity that we're generating, this neutral mind. And this neutral mind is one that has capacity, that has a compass to it, that has compassion, right? So start with seated tall, start with a ha, and it's soft, and it's from the belly, and you're feeling it rise to the crown, and then you're feeling it drop back down before you begin again. Maybe if I turn, you can see it more easily. Softer. Softer makes quicker. Close the mouth, same breath, out the nose. And like a train leaving a station, let it quicken. Softer, like little bits of dust in your nose that you would blow out your nose. Can you do it with a smile? Is your body open enough? Here we go. 10. Pause. Close your eyes. Feel. Feel the light. Feel the activation. And it can be very gentle. You are welcome to build this experience, this breath, this strength, this capability throughout the next 32 days. But I want you to be able to soften it. I want you to be able to know where to begin so that when it gets overactivated, you know how to start. I want you to stay very safe in this practice and not agitate yourself. Other things can agitate you. That's what family is for. But not this. This is for your growth and your repair. 10 more. Close your eyes. Start with the ha. Close your eyes, out the nose. 10. 9. Pause the breath and normal breathing. Feel as though you had polished your lens. It gets a little clearer, a little brighter. This is the breath of fire. And it has many gradations. You can change the pace. You can change the intensity, but make it yours. Now, Laya Yoga, we have 3.5 stanzas of mantra. Ekonkara, 1. Satanama, 2. Siriwaha, Hey Guru. That's our half. So what we just did with the breath of fire, that little exhale out the navel, that's what we're using on that little extra syllable at the end. Ekonkara. We're emptying the breath. We're activating the navel. We're anchoring the seat. We're lengthening the spine. Ekonkara. Satanama. Siriwaha. Hey Guru. Right? So it's as much a breath practice as it is a mantra. What we'll do is imagine that we have the base of the pelvic floor, right where you're seated, the space between your hip points. This will be 1. Ekonkara is going to go from there up to the navel. Satanama is going to travel from the navel to the heart. Siriwaha goes from the heart to the center of the mind, the third eye. Hey Guru is this little half bit from the forehead to the crown of the head. Ekonkara, Satanama, Siriwaha, Hey Guru. So it's moving through you. Now, as it moves, it travels. In your mind, imagining a counterclockwise coil moving up through you. I am going to double check. I want to make sure. All right, and I don't have it directly on hand. If you don't know the words and you want to know the words, you want to know the syllables, you can print out this information. You would have a big set of words that you can set beside your practice area. It's important to know what you're saying and have a sense so you're not mumbling or fumbling. You can really find the articulation. So we are going to say, when I feel into my body, the clockwise feels better, but double check. When you print out, it says Laya Yoga, please double check. I will double check, and we will meet up on Monday with the certainty that we require. But imagine from the floor of your pelvis, a clockwise coil of sound rising to the navel. Ekonkara. From the navel, a clockwise coil of sound to the heart. A clockwise coil of sound from the heart to the mind. A tiny little half spin up to the crown of the head. So we have 1, 2, 3 and a half. And this sound is moving through us as we use this. And really, what are we saying? These are the most loving phrases of devotion. And they are the deep invitation to return. I made such a mistake. I stood in such a bucket last night, and I hurt Adam's feelings, and I hurt my own feelings, and I got stuck in this. And my greatest fear was that now I was not worth loving anymore. You know the moment when you're just like, I can't, I just did that. I did that. And no one will ever let me back in their circle again, especially the source of love that I require most. Ekonkar, Ekonkar, Ekonkar. You can never fall out of that circle. That which makes you, that which you are made of, this is the same. You can never come undone. And so, Ekonkara, this base sensation, this coil, this return in ourselves and in our sound. I return. Satanama, yep, you did that. You're going to feel it for a while, but then it'll taper off and you'll come back and you'll probably do it again. And you will heal again. And you will be harmed, and you will forgive, and you will feel, and you will start again. Satanama, everything, trust this cycle. When it feels like everything is stuck and certain and never going to change, Satanama. It's passing. It's already passing. Even the very best of times are already passing because more is coming. We need to know this. Siri Waheguru. Waheguru is the great hallelujah of the Sikhs, of the Kundalini tradition. Waheguru, Siri Waheguru, may this be known to me. May I hold it with joy, celebration, and reverence. Thank you for keeping me in this circle. Thank you for reminding me of the flow, the continuation, and the cycle from which all things arise and return. This is what I needed to find my way back, to forgive and be forgiven and start again. This is this sound of deep devotion, healing, return, repair, and freedom. Work up to 11 minutes. I love it in the shower. I love it humming along when I'm in the car and I'm not paying attention, and I can bring myself back into the most devoted of attention, the sense of self. So understanding these layers and details can take your practice further. Feel free to send me questions. Feel free to ask. On the website, marthamcalpin.com/daily, halfway down, you have a PDF on the 10 bodies. The 11th is our unification. And right next to that, there's a PDF that's about Laya Yoga, the details, and then the printout of the mantra. It's everything you need. Take it further. Make it more. If you are pregnant or on your cycle, breath of fire is possible. If it feels necessary, stay very high in the diaphragm, very, very light. But I would recommend instead just long, smooth breathing. Right? Instead of stretch pose, if you are pregnant or if you're experiencing any lower abdominal or uterine pain, then the full half baby pose. So if you're pregnant, instead of this posture, which won't be wise, this posture will be very wise. And then reach around the knees and pause here. So you're making a bind. You're not working with the abdominal muscles. When we roll up, your knees are wide and you've made a bind between the elbow and the knee. And so you can still participate. Absolutely. We need that soul of light in you and around you. Join in, but do it wisely. Share it out. Bring more. This is something for everyone, every breath, every body. I will check out the questions and the comments just now, but if that's it for you, I will see you so soon.